Political drama in Jharkhand continues. Champai Soren has met the governor and staked claim to form the government. In fact, he has come out and said that he, along with his MLAs, will be proving their majority at 8:30, is what he has told. This comes after Champai Soren shot off a letter to the governor stating that Jharkhand is without a government for last 18 hours. And it was after this that the governor extended him an invite today for the meeting that began around 5:30, and it was just moments ago that he exited the governor's house. Despite a letter of support signed by 47 MLAs, the question really remains whether he will be able to prove or establish his majority count. Meanwhile, Hemant Soren has been sent to judicial custody for today. Will be spending the night in Birsa Munda jail hours after he resigned as a chief minister and was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in the scam case. Jharkhand PMLA court has reserved its order and is likely to pronounce its order tomorrow. Enforcement Directorate has sought for 10 days custody. Supreme Court to hear Hemant Soren's plea against the Enforcement Directorate's arrest tomorrow as well.
हम लोग ने कहा कि कल हम लोग 8 साढ़े 8 बजे हम लोग दिया है, नया सरकार गठन करने के लिए दावा पेश किया है। अरे भी 20-22 घंटा भी हो गया।
Interesting twists and turns. Just few hours ago, there were reports of how JMM was looking to send all of its MLAs to Hyderabad. There were tickets that were booked, and then came the announcement of the meeting with the governor. Eventually, the meeting with Champai Soren did happen with the governor. We don't know what the status of the resort politics would be. This, as there are certain concerns, or at least some claims that are emerging of some of the MLAs already moving away from the Soren camp. Will he be able to establish his majority, the majority numbers? That's a very crucial question. We'll try and get you more perspectives from Jharkhand on that, but I'm being joined by my colleague Harish at this point. Harish, major court decisions, whether it be the PMLA court or the Supreme Court's hearing today, tomorrow, of course, a huge political ramifications to all of that as well.
Yes, rightly said, Sneha. In fact, tomorrow is a D-day for Soren, Hemant Soren, from two courts. As you rightly said, from the PMLA court, whether the court will send him to more days of ED's custody, and also whether the Supreme Court will give him relief or not. Remember, yesterday, Hemant Soren had moved the Jharkhand High Court, but since he did not get a urgent hearing, today morning, through his lawyers Abhishek Singhvi and Kapil Sibal, he rushed to the Supreme Court seeking an urgent hearing, calling his arrest illegal, arbitrary, and in violation of all procedures established by law. After this, an urgent mentioning, the Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has, for the time being, agreed to hear his petition tomorrow, so he has got an urgent hearing. The Chief Justice said that his matter will be heard tomorrow, and among the grounds he cited is that his arrest is illegal, arbitrary, and there is no valid reason for his arrest despite him cooperating with the investigations. He said that he has given statement twice, that is on 20th January and also 31st January. He had joined investigation, cooperated, answered all their questions, and why then he was arrested. He also said that this arrest is nothing but malice, political vendetta, and because of the fact that he is a very vocal, active and integral part of the India alliance, which is against the NDA. So political vendetta is the biggest bogey he is raising as far as his arrest is concerned. We have to wait and watch whether he will get relief from Supreme Court bench led by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, or not. Now that he has agreed to give an urgent hearing, this is the first relief he has got. Tomorrow, Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Singhvi will be pressing for some relief for Hemant Soren. Back to you.
Right. Thank you very much, Harish, for all of those details. I'm being joined right now by Pradeep Mahaur, who's a BJP leader, as well as Abdul Basit, the RJD leader. I think we are yet to get connected to Abdul Basit. But first to you, Pradeep Mahaur. So what next? At least the JMM claiming they knew, they anticipated what was expected, and that's why Hemant Soren ensured that he gave in his resignation. But 18 hours on, and now they have managed to meet the governor. What next for the BJP? What are they looking at?
No, BJP is not interested in all this drama. Basically, what we are looking at is that such kind of a dirty politics where a chief minister has to run away. He has to become a night runner and run away from such kind of a route which was not, he was not
Pradeep
available
sir,
for
Mr. Pradeep Mahaur,
big
please
period of
allow
time.
me to interrupt you. My colleague right now is live from where the action is happening. Allow me to please interrupt you. Let's just listen in.
So that is, something very interesting which is happening here, that instead of all those numbers, the parading, the virtual parading of all these MLAs, the probable Chief Minister of State of Jharkhand, Champai Soren, has to wait for some more time. All he's getting is assurance. Now the JMM and the coalition will have to go for the plan B, because they have already called in a chartered flight. The chartered flight is expected to leave from here. It was expected, but since they wanted a clarity that what will be the further course of action being taken by the governor, then they had told these MLAs to wait for some more time. They were hoping that at least they will get some clarity on the timing of the swearing in. On the other side, the third Chief Minister of Jharkhand has gone behind the bars of the same jail where his father Shibu Soren was earlier lodged. Then one more CM was also lodged. So he is the third consecutive CM of the Jharkhand Assembly who will be staying inside the prisons of Ranchi jail for at least for one day. There's one more thing which we have to tell you to our viewers, that the governor's
Right. We seem to have lost him, but let me just get back to Pradeep Mahaur at this point. Pradeep, if you could continue with what you were saying, my question to you right now is, do you think the JMM will be able to manage to prove their majority? They have stake claim for the government. That is something that they claim, that they have all the MLAs. What are you looking at?
Look, that is their internal matter, whether they are able to prove the majority or not. We are just concerned about one important thing, that is the morality of a chief minister. Do we expect chief minister to behave in such a manner, behave like a night runner? This is very surprising. This is first time in the history of India that CM has behaved, and a CM of another state helped him do this. This was very surprising for all of us. As far as the numbers are concerned, I got a news that they, out of 48, they have 30 people, 30 MLAs in their parking space. Now,
so
we
what
should
do you
call it
mean
a
by CM
MLA
of
parking
another
space
state helped him? What do you mean by that?
Obviously, I am talking about Arvind Kejriwal, who was continuously helping him. We have, you all also covered that he helped him run away from that safe route, what you call is. So these kind of politics are going on, which is very surprising and should not happen in India. We do not, means we have a democracy. Ultimately, people have to face the public. And I do not know in such situation how they are going to face the people who have elected them. I mean, we have some responsibility for the people who have elected them. So if you are clean, you should not interrupt with the agencies.
What would you say to what the opposition is saying?
Procedures.
All the other chief ministers of other states, particularly of the opposition rule states, in fact, they are alleging that this is just a witch hunt ahead of the elections, when you have all other time before the corruption allegations were there, and then at that time also. So why intensify all this action right before elections?
Oh, surprising. ED enters their premises. They find illicit cash there. They have proofs, in hand, where it proves that there was a land scam that happened at that place. No, after this, if somebody says that it has
No,
this
that
kind
is
of a
before
witch
the
hunt,
court, sir. I mean, yes, the
it's a
ED
clear,
claims it is illicit, but to be fair, it is before the court.
Oh, ultimately everything has to be proved before the court. I mean, court is there. Let's see, if court grants a bail. He has filed a case in the hideous corpus, this thing. So ultimately, the court has to decide. In each and every case, the court has to decide. But if the agency is playing its role, we should be helping the agency rather than running away. This is what I'm saying. So this kind of a attitude is not expected from a CM and also from the opposition as they are behaving. Currently, I'm really surprised how the opposition is behaving.
Let me just get a reaction of Abdul Basit sir. No. So Abdul Basit, you heard the BJP leader Pradeep Mahaur say that he's only surprised at how the opposition leaders are behaving. He's only surprised about how Arvind Kejriwal helped Mr. Soren. He's only surprised about how opposition leaders, even others who are under the scanner of ED, are behaving. These are the reactions that are coming in. One of the things that has been saying, and I'm repeating it because you were not there in the discussion, is like there are corruption allegations. Why run away? Why not face it?
नहीं, मैंने आपको बताया कि अभी ये जो बाजी है तो हाथ से निकल गई है। इसके बाद जो बेसिक जो बाजी है वो आंदोलन की है। तो हम लोग आंदोलन की तरफ की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। जो होगा इस बार मैंने कल भी एक चैनल पे कहा है, आप ही के चैनल पर शायद कहा है कि राष्ट्रपति को एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए और ईडी पर लगाम लगानी चाहिए। देश के सारे जितने भी मुख्यमंत्री हैं वो सारे अगर क्लेम्ड हैं तो बीजेपी का कोई भी किसी भी प्रकार का एक छोट भैया नेता जो है वो भी किसी नहीं, और जितना भी विपक्ष है सभी को ये लोग टारगेट कर रहे हैं। तो इसका जो लास्ट है, अब हम सरकार तो बना ली हमने दोबारा, मगर मैं आपको बता दूं कि इसका जो लास्ट है, मैं आपके आंदोलन के तहत ये भी देना। Thank you.
Sir, one question that everybody comes in, the India Alliance and the governments were also in power. They were in power for consecutive years, for a decade, and in fact more for that matter. Forget about the consecutive rule. Why did you all not take action? Now you are saying, what is the point if they are going after all opposition chief ministers? Then there will be no one left. But then if there were corruption under the BJP-ruled states at that time, why did the India Alliance, that was not India Alliance at that time, but at least the opposition that was ruling.
मैडम आप इकट्ठे करके गोली मार दीजिए सबको, हमें सारे अपोजिशन को गोली मार दीजिए। हम लोग उसके लिए भी तैयार हैं, हम लोग आंदोलन में आ रहे हैं मैडम। रिसेंटली अभी हमारा प्रोग्राम सारे सेट है, हम लोग वाराणसी से तैयारी करने जा रहे हैं। पूरा इंडिया अलायंस
आपका आंदोलन का पेग क्या है?
निश्चित रहिए,
आपका आंदोलन का पेग क्या है?
बिल्कुल कल हमने तय कर लिया मैडम, कल तय कर लिया है। अब इसको इंडिया के अलायंस के साथ हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। देखिए अब क्या होता है, नेक्स्ट हम आपको बताते हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
सर, आपका आंदोलन का पेग क्या है? क्या पेग है, एंगल क्या है, आप क्या बोलेंगे?
नहीं, हम फाड़ के फेंकेंगे, पैक है। राष्ट्रपति को सरकार इमरजेंसी लगा देनी चाहिए भारत में। जिस प्रकार से इन्होंने आतंक मचा रखा पूरे देश में, राष्ट्रपति माननीय राष्ट्रपति को इसमें और पूरे देश में जैसे।
Okay, we seem to be having some signal issues with Abdul Basit, and if it's rectified. Okay, Pradeep Mahaur, so you're hearing what they're saying. The India Alliance has decided to go ahead and take this to the people, that they're going to be raising campaigns against this, and they are saying they're ready. They may have lost this round. This is what he has said. They may have lost this round, meaning with the probe agencies and the center, but the next is with the people. They'll take it to the people.
campaign forward, campaign for defending the corruption. I'll tell you one very good example. I heard Sitaram Yechury on YouTube. There was a channel YouTuber. He conducted an interview, and Sitaram Yechury was asked about 5 most corrupt politicians. So his answer
Pradeep
was
Mahaur,
that
we are just getting Champai Soren's reaction.
Yep.
All right. Okay, just last one question. Abdul Basit, you heard right now Pradeep Mahaur speak. He has said, all right, Abdul Basit is also not there. I think we Pradeep Mahaur, you were finishing a point. Please finish your point. 30 seconds if you can finish your point.
He was asked about 5 most corrupt politicians. And what he said, because I have formed Indie alliance, and they're all a part of me, so I cannot take their names. So this is very clear. This overall Indie alliance is an alliance of the most
I
corrupt
haven't
people
heard that
who have
reaction.
gathered
I
together.
don't know about that reaction. You are claiming that. I really don't know about that. And I have to put that disclaimer. I don't know how to respond to
I
that
have the
either.
copy.
You are speaking it at a time, at a point when we don't have anyone to defend that, sir. But of course, it's right now BJP claiming corruption, particularly allegations against chief ministers of opposition rule state, something
Look, one
that the
thing is very
opposition
clear.
is crying foul about. But of course,
One thing is very clear. If some kind of illicit cash is found, some scam has happened, and investigations are going on, anybody who against whom this kind of a case is there, he should be cooperative enough rather than doing such kind of a hanky-panky drama. And another surprise
he had already
today
said,
I saw a
sir,
video
the
wherein,
illicit cash, sir. If you remember,
wherein,
Mr. Pradeep.
wherein,
Okay, I'll just
can I,
let's just listen in to Mr. Champai Soren.
yeah.
बहुत जल्दी नया सरकार गठन का प्रक्रिया को पूरी किया जाए, ये हम लोग कहा। लेकिन राज्यपाल महोदय से ये आश्वासन मिला कि हम जल्दी करने का हम विचार कर रहे हैं।
दादा, कितना विधायक का समर्थन पत्र सौंपे आप लोग?
43 और बाकी हमारा पास है।
ठीक
है ना?
ठीक।
जैसे कि मुख्यमंत्री का हम लोग नहीं लिया है, वहाँ से विधिवत आएगा, है ना? तो 44 हो जाएगा। हमारा कुछ हॉस्पिटल में था, वो लोग भी कल तक में आ जाएगा, इसीलिए 46-47 तक हो जाएगा कल तक में। इसलिए कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। हमारा गठबंधन बड़ा मजबूत है। आर्य हमारा गठबंधन इतना मजबूत है, कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
चलिए आराम से चलिए।
Count whatsoever, that they will be able to prove their majority very easily, and that the governor has given them the assurance that all of this, that he would be given the opportunity really soon to prove all of this. Pradeep, Mahaur, thank you for joining us. We are totally out of time. Of course, huge allegations and counters coming in from the BJP as well as the opposition. Time for a short break.